Fati, 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 Fati. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están, boys? Here, welcome back to another video here on the channel. And today we're going to be taking a look at Barcelona 2, Levante 1, and the masterclass from ANSU FATI. My goodness, this kid has some talent. The pictures of Messi and Fati hugging are not gonna circulate around Twitter like literally like hot bread. They're gonna be spread absolutely everywhere like coronavirus. But yeah, in reality, this game wasn't what I predicted. That was going to be like an absolute like bashing of Levante. Barcelona did manage though to dominate the game while not scoring that many goals. That's a facet of the game that we still need to improve on. But it's gonna happen if we have a player like in form of ANSU FATI. Literally, ANSU FATI was running the show in this game, and every time the ball was given to him, he tried to do something new, something spectacular, trying to get past a player and progress the game forward. Most of the time with Barcelona, we're always looking for that second pass. And that's sometimes when you get into that mindset of, oh, tiki-taka is all about, you know, the passing, trying to elaborate the perfect goal. But in reality, it's not about that. It's about getting the ball very fast to the opposition box by still keeping it and making it very vertical. And Fati literally embodies that. Same like another guy called Leo Messi, because Messi today was the direct influencer when meant about passing the balls into Fati. The two main assists for the two main goals came from a connection of Messi to ANSU FATI, the old and the new. The Messi, the Ronaldinho, the Fati, and the Messi. So the way that I'm going to conduct this video, I think could be better just to talk first of all about the main points of the game, and then we can move over into kind of individual parts of how this match developed. So the very first of those things that I would like to mention would be how many of you were just watching this game, Barça versus Levante, after the two goals from Fati, and were like, okay, he needs to score the hat-trick. He needs to complete it. That's literally everything that me and my friend that were watching this game wanted to do. Barcelona started the game and looked completely concentrated. Levante had a quick chance at the start. Yes, those are things that can happen, and those are due to the individual quality of our opposition. I think that Barça were set up and not necessarily could have done anything better to prevent that goal from that first chance from happening. But overall, after that, Barça just dominated completely. I really like the way that Barcelona handled this and never put the foot off the pedal. They were always trying. Whenever Levante had the chance, was because Levante were doing something right. The only part that I could scrutinize, and here I hate to do so because it's the birthday boy, is Gerard Piqué. Today his birthday, and same way to Shakira. So he had a very clumsy challenge on Roger Marti. A very clumsy challenge that Piqué always kind of tends to do. He always tends to go for the ball a little bit harder than he needs to, and then always results in a foul. That's always been a down part to his game, and I don't know if it's going to change anytime easier. But he also had a spectacular game apart from that. That's the one part I can criticize of it, and perhaps that now as we push the line further forward, he's obviously going to get caught out. He's not as fast as he used to, but his awareness, his understanding of being constantly leaving the two strikers in Morales and Marti offside, understanding necessarily where he needs to be positioned. And do not think that we always kept that 4-3-3 all the time, because it was this kind of version of Quique Setién, that it was also a 3-4-1-2 whenever we had the ball and we're really pressuring Levante at their own box. The reason that this formation changes is now that we have Busquets dropping in between the two middle center backs like he used to do back in the day with Pep Guardiola and with Luis Enrique. That there allows people like Semedo and Jordi Alba, which again, Semedo, I think he had a spectacular game. His final area, we're trying to pass the ball and finish those shots. Those chances should be a little bit better. The kind of decision making can improve, but overall he gets much more fluently and much more confidently into the area of the opposition. And that will always bring us more chances to create. His speed is just unmatched. And in world football now, where physicality is such an important part to the game, he brings that over Sergio Roberto. And you could just see how incredible he was, really. He needs to be our main right back, and hopefully Quique Setién sticks to him, because the verticality, it was there, thanks to Semedo, thanks to Jordi Alba. Previously, Quique Setién tried to keep one of the fullbacks kind of in the back three, but now he just says, you know what, I think Busquets has a much better kind of progressive point of view to pass the ball forward if he drops between the two center backs, and we still have more verticality with two fullbacks rather than an extra midfielder. The next thing that I want to mention is, of course, that front three between Messi, Fati, and Antoine Griezmann. Antoine Griezmann today had kind of like a quiet game. due to Ansu Fati taking completely up the spotlight, and likewise Lionel Messi. But the thing that I like between especially Messi and Griezmann was that they were able to link up and interchange positions. In some senses, in some cases, you would see Messi go to the right-hand side, try to find the ball from Semedo, do a 1-2 with him or with Frankie de Jong, and then Antoine Griezmann would just simply go to the middle. That is something that Messi has always been doing with Suarez, so it kind of tells you also that Antoine Griezmann could be the perfect partner for him. Antoine Griezmann plays out of Messi, and they play out of each other then for. So that is very crucial to our game, to have that mobility and understanding. Griezmann has been constantly saying how he likes to be in the middle, and here particularly he's not always in the middle, but certainly has more freedom. He also has the kind of proficiency of shooting with his left foot. He's left-footed, so he likes that a lot more. He has a much better profile into hitting to the net, and when chances are going to be coming, Griezmann is always going to be there. He had two very good chances where he could have finished, or either one and then pass it to another player, and that's just going to come with more understanding. It was bad luck. It can always happen like that, but Griezmann today, he wasn't bad by any means. He did the right things but didn't excel. He was constantly there helping the team, linking up play, and that is what we want to see from our forward here at Barça. And good job for Antoine Griezmann. You literally are the number 9 we were lacking all this time. The next thing that I want to point out is Clement Lenglet being at the helm here in this lineup. I was, in my previous video, kind of making some sort of hints at that I would have gone with Lenglet too. And I want to make a video more kind of in-depth about Lenglet versus Samuel Umtiti and really who should be our starter. But once again, Lenglet now shows that he has convinced Quique Setién that he might be that sort of player. I think the best and the most kind of likely clear evidence as to who will be the main center back pairing up with Piqué will come in the next game against Atletico Bilbao in La Copa. That game is hugely important, one of the hardest games we will face this season, harder than, in my opinion, El Clásico, harder than Dortmund and Inter. Atletico Bilbao in La Copa del Rey at San Mamés is going to be crucial. So whoever plays there means he has the vote of confidence of Quique Setién. And now the last player, the last point that we're going to be talking in today's video is going to be about Marc-André ter Stegen, because he's the man of the match in a way. I want to give it to Ansu Fati, but in reality, ter Stegen made clear saves that without, it would have been a completely different game. I stressed how important it was to keep a clean sheet in the preview, and unfortunately we didn't do that, and unfortunately he also made a mistake at the end. I cannot really scrutinize too much about him. A clean sheet would have been nice, but overall ter Stegen was always on top of us. Ansu Fati was clinical to helping us win the game. He had 2 goals, and thank you so much for Ansu Fati. Really incredible job. But ter Stegen is just literally from another world. That save, he made like that up and just stretch and then like fall down. That one is probably the best save I've seen all season. That one literally made me go up on my chair. Me and my friend were like, whoa, that's some like Iron Man shit from Avengers. That really, really was. He's like the superhero for Barca at the back. He really, really is. So now let's just talk about the game, and mostly about the second half. Everything of what I have mostly mentioned came in the first, because in the second one we kind of tend to slow down a little bit. But that was a little bit unlucky as well, because goals just didn't come our way. But we still managed 23 shots to 10. So Barcelona were clear dominance in this one. It doesn't happen that often. In the Valverde, it didn't happen. We most of the time got outshot, outnumbered. But here, it didn't. So in the second half, the main thing that I really want to talk about is that moment where the ball bounces into the referee. I know the rule is that if the referee has some sort of kind of involvement in where the ball tends to go, that has to be kind of stop the play and then put the ball in the air. But in reality, why would he just give it to Levante? He didn't. Why he did that? The ball should have been played out neutral for both teams to go and try to get to it. But that didn't happen in this game, and that almost cost Barcelona a goal. A goal which I don't understand José Luis Morales crossing it to Rochina. I really do not know. Morales, what are you doing, man? You had a clear-cut chance there, and you missed it completely. Levante were all over us at that stage, and all because the referee simply decided to give the ball to Levante when in reality that's not the rule. So referee, what the hell are you doing? So well, now the next thing that I want to mention came in the 70th minute, and that was the overhead kick, or the attempt to an overhead kick from Ansu Fati. It unfortunately missed. He did hit the ball and everything, but it wasn't on goal. If that would have gone in, guys, how many of you would be literally ecstatic right now? that would have been the perfect hat-trick for Ansu Fati, the youngest ever hat-trick scorer in La Liga. He becomes the youngest ever brace scorer in La Liga, and I guess that's a pretty good title. But imagine the youngest ever hat-trick player. With an overhead kick. God, the renders, the highlights, the memes, the everything, that would have been the perfect send-off for Fati. Literally, absolutely amazing. I don't understand then why Quique Setién took him later on for Riqui Puig. I guess it's for him to get the applause and kind of the feeling from the crowd. But Fati was like, he wanted to stay. You knew that he wanted to go for the hat-trick in the last few minutes. He had a very good chance, but decided to take one touch more than he should, and he just got too kind of wrapped up between the defense. He wanted that goal. Everyone in the team wanted that goal. So I knew Messi wanted to go by a landslide because he was always trying to shoot from outside the box. And there was one particular chance that I kind of blame Messi for doing it, but he had Fati right there, and I was like, Messi, please. Maybe Messi doesn't want to pass the baton just yet, but I guess that's up to them. What is gonna get Fati now? What present is gonna get Fati from the squad now? What is he going to get? That's gonna be the question of today. Leave it in the comment box down below. Overall, guys, incredible game, incredible football from Barcelona. The clean sheet is still the part for me that worries me a little bit, but I think we can fix it. Creo que lo podemos hacer. So next game, Atlético Bilbao in la Copa del Rey, and that one is going to be a hard one. That is going to be a really hard game. So it was a great job to get this win, and then Bilbao just lost their game against Getafe 2-0, and they were playing a really tough, like they were playing their main 11, and they lost against Getafe 2-0. So who knows what that game might be, but with this little run of form, with this streak on the bounce of 2 games in very good victories as well all together, that can take us a long way. So hopefully we can do it. See you in the next one. Take care.